Hey guys, Drew here, and we came out with the dub. So let's talk about it. Talk about this Bethel game. It was a crazy game. I was there. It was awesome. It was amazing. I had a phenomenal time with my family there. It was great. All right. So we went against Bethel, as you know, oops, last year, which we were at Bethel and we did lose 10-20. But this year we almost had like a completely different roster. Um, Sorry, I'm just scooting up just a little bit. As um, you know, Harmon brought a ton of transfers in. Um, so we're going to talk about that and how they performed and how some of the new the freshmen and some of the redshirt freshmen that came up performed against Bethel because they have now been added into the mix onto the roster. So yeah, let's talk about this Bethel game. Okay, so this is great because we're gonna talk about this play in a little bit. That's my buddy Teron Brown, no surprise. Okay, so the team statistics. Okay, so Bethel's total yards were 330. Our total yards were 374. So pretty close. Passing yards 227 for Bethel, 230 for UMHB. Rushing yards 103 for Bethel, 144 for UMHB. Penalties, um, 8 penalties. Bethel lost 80 yards. Through the whole game. Penalties, UMHB had 80. I mean, the 80. 8 penalties. Sorry, that was a little loud. And we lost 95 yards. That's combining all the penalties together. Um, Bethel had 25 first downs. We only had 16 first downs. Um, However, we did come out with the win. Third down conversions. So they had out of 5 third downs, they got hold on. Yeah, okay. So out of 5 um, third downs, they got 15 yards. I think that's how that works. Out of six third down conversions, we had 12 yards total on that. For fourth, they had one. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. No, that's not what this is. I'm completely. This is first day back rusty. So out of 15 third downs, they've got 5. Out of 12 third downs that we had, we got 6. So we converted basically 50% on our third downs. Um, they had one fourth down they converted on out of two. We went 0 for 1 on that. That doesn't really matter too much though. So time of possession, Bethel had. I'm still on the camera, right? Yeah, I'm good. They had the ball for 34 minutes 15 seconds for the game, and we only had it for 25 minutes and 45 seconds. So we do need to hold the rock a little bit more. Okay, so that first quarter was kind of rough. Um, what happened first quarter? It was actually came out. We started out great. Um, we uh, we had the defense, and then we had a fumble recovery, and then the quarterback Kirkland Michaud, which we'll talk about in a little bit, threw a pick six off the first play of the game, and they had a pick six. So that was kind of 45-yard interception. So that was kind of unfortunate. And then Bethel ended up getting another reception. So they had so they got a reception. So then they had another touchdown. But the kick was blocked by Joey Johnson here. The man, the myth, the legend himself. As soon as the picture comes up, what is happening right now? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Um, he got a blocked a kick and went all the way. He had an 86-yard PAT return. So he blocked the kick and took it all the way to the house. And since it's a blocked kick, it's only 2 points. But he went all the way, so it's 2 points added. And then Kirkland Michaud had a 10-yard run. He had a rushing touchdown, making it 13-9. And then Teron Brown had a 56-yard fumble recovery. He recovered the fumble and took it all the way for 56 yards to the touchdown. And then Bethel struck back with let's see, a 3-yard run. They got a touchdown. They get the kick, and then but then we struck back with Cam Ferguson. Cam Ferguson had a rushing, what was it? It was 70-yard rush. No surprise. And then B.J. Stewart had a 70-yard reception from Kirkland Michaud and had a touchdown. And then then Bethel had a field goal, and then then they did have the ball for the last minute of the game. And then we're going to talk about the interception by Dion Drinkard. We're going to talk about that in a minute. He was the one that intercepted the ball at the very end. But now we're going to talk about what probably everybody is, we'll save the best for last. So passing leaders, obviously, only quarterback who played, Kirkland Michaud. So we're going to talk about his debut in just a minute because, everybody's thinking about the Kirkland Michaud show. So we're going to get there in just a second. So rushing yards, average almost 10 yards a carry. Cam Ferguson, a touchdown, 148 yards total. Bethel had 103 rushing yards. Cam Ferguson had 140. Wait, no, what? I don't get that then. Oh, never mind. Whatever, forget it. 148 yards. Total. Asa Osborne played. He had 19 yards rushing. And then Kirkland Michaud had that rushing touchdown. So he had that 12-yard rushing touchdown. Reception leaders. We're going to talk about Isaiah Neesmith in just a minute. B.J. Stewart had 6 receptions, a touchdown, and 144 yards total. 114 yards total, with the longest reception being 70 yards. That was, I'm pretty sure, that was the touchdown one. So B.J. Stewart is that guy. He also is amazing on the kick returns. So B.J. Stewart from Trinity is a transfer from Trinity. He is really that dude. He won special teams for the ASC preseason. So B.J. Stewart, he's really that guy. Isaiah Neesmith, I think that's how you say his name, had 3 receptions, 44 yards total. Longest reception was 18 yards. And then Myla Royals on 5 receptions, had 35 yards total. Longest reception was 19 yards. Now we're going to go to the defense. Appreciate you, Roke Layden, I think that's how you say your name. He gave me a little fist bump at the end of the game, so I really appreciate it. That was really nice. You and Seth Mauser gave me a little fist bump, so I appreciate that. He had 9 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and that tackle for loss was 7 yards. They lost 7 yards on that. Joey Johnson had 8 tackles. J.J. Davis, who actually wears number 5 now, which he kind of switched it up on me. I didn't realize he was going to be switching to number 5. Had 6 tackles, and so that was kind of the defensive highlights. So we're going to go over Kirkland Michaud because everybody was anticipating. I have countless newspapers in my room because my stepdad reads the newspaper. He gives me newspaper articles. My grandpa reads the newspaper. He gives me newspaper articles. I have countless newspapers of Kirkland Michaud all over it. So I'm going to go over him. So we're just going to go for his player stats. So he had, in this Bethel game, which is his debut, he had 20 completions out of 26 completions. He threw 2 interceptions, one being that pick 6. But he averaged basically 77, almost 80% completion rate for passing. Passed for 230 yards total, 1 rushing touchdown. 70 yards was his longest pass. 1 pass touchdown because of for B.J. Stewart. It was a 70-yard pass. And 2 attempts. And then he had 12 yards rushing, which was that rushing touchdown. Um, so yeah, he really, um, it was. I mean, for a guy who just throws a pick six his first play, um, and yet coming straight back from that after throwing a pick six and having a monster game is pretty remarkable. Shows what kind of player Kirkland Michelle really is. So I was a little worried when he threw that pick six and they took it. I think everybody in the stadium was worried, every Crew fan. But he had 230 yards on 77% completion rate, 20 from 26 completion. So Kirkland Michaud showed that he is that guy. Now, another guy that we're going to talk about that I have been super high on is Isaiah Neesmith. Isaiah Neesmith absolutely was everything I thought he was going to be and more. Isaiah Neesmith was, if you did not watch the game, Isaiah Neesmith was probably for maybe the first half and the third quarter, was literally Michaud's intended target. Like, Isaiah Neesmith was literally his first option on that. So even though he didn't get a touchdown, that didn't really matter. He had 3 receptions, 44 yards, 18 yards was his longest reception. But the thing is, he's quick, he's fast, he's able to run routes with ease. Isaiah Neesmith is the real deal. I was really impressed. I've actually been watching his highlights, his huddle highlights. I was watching his highlights a ton on my own, and I was like, dude, we just got a gem in Isaiah Neesmith. I was like, yeah, this guy's so Isaiah Neesmith. He's the real deal. So you guys, number one, Isaiah Neesmith, be watching out for him because that guy's going to be a huge thing for us. So, and then obviously also BJ Stewart. BJ Stewart was amazing. He had 114 reception yards. Longest reception was 70. Also had some great returning stats. He 40 yards on a return, on a punt return, on a kick return. For a punt return, he had 25 yard. He averaged 25 yards. Longest return was 29 yards. His average he averaged almost 9 yards a return, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, BJ Stewart is that guy as well. He plays special teams and he plays wide receiver. I don't know how he does that, but anyway, BJ Stewart, he's that guy. He's that real deal as well. So yeah, Isaiah Neesmith and BJ Stewart and Myler had an amazing game as well. Myler killed it also. He had how many? Where are we? He had 35 yards that game. So Myler, especially 19 yards being his longest reception, those guys did amazing. Yeah, let's go to the individual stats. Let's go take a look at. We've kind of looked at the offense. Let's take a look at some of the defensive players. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Teron Brown's crazy play. Actually, it's on Twitter. I'll shout the guy out. So you can go follow his Twitter. Hold up. Okay. Now you guys can see my Twitter, I guess. Okay, the guy's name is Rodney, this guy right here. So go give him a follow because he's on this clip right here. So he, I don't know if he shot this clip for Teron. I don't know. But anyway, here you go. So Gage Sanders actually goes for the sack. So Gage Sanders actually sacks the quarterback. And the ball falls out of the quarterback's hands from Bethel. And Teron Brown gets it. And he goes all the way to the house, to the end zone, and goes for the touchdown. So that was a crazy moment. Um, so Teron Brown had an amazing game. Uh, where is he actually on the on that's Bethel's defense. I don't care about Bethel. Teron Brown. Where where is he? What the heck is happening here? Okay, you know what? Forget it. I can't read correctly. Okay, we're just gonna look at Teron Brown's stats here. Okay, so for this Bethel game, defensive stats. So he had a solo tackle, 3 assisted tackles, 4 total tackles, um, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and on those forced fumbles, he had 75 yards total. So Teron Brown had an amazing game. So yeah, he really killed it this game defensively. Another guy who killed it as well, he should be definitely on here, is Gage Sanders. Gage Sanders should be mentioned here. Yes, he should. 2 solo tackles, 3 assisted tackles, 5 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He had a sack as well, which he on a loss of 5 yards. And he actually blocked that kick for Joey Johnson to go take it all the way for the 2-point conversion. So actually, he was the one who blocked the kick. Joey Johnson got the ball, but Gage Sanders was the one who blocked that kick. So Gage Sanders was really all around that guy that game. And then we're gonna go with the last interception of the game by this guy. His name is Dion Drinkard. I think he's a redshirt freshman. So he had a solo tackle, a tackle, and then he had that interception. So basically, quarterback was throwing, and he was just in the right place at the right time and just took it right there. He knew exactly where to go. So it's interesting to me. It says he played quarterback. Now he's playing safety. That's so interesting. So yeah, see here, he's playing quarterback. Now I guess he's playing safety. That's so cool, actually. That's a really interesting story. So he was the guy that got the game-winning play to seal the deal. And yeah, so that was kind of the defense was insane. But I will say our first half was very mediocre at best, and then we kind of turned it up in the second. So but our defensive players, 9 total tackles for Layden, 8 for Joey Johnson, 6 for J.J. Davis, 6 total tackles for Rayfield, 5 for Dominic Battle III, 5 for Brandon Magruder, and plus forced fumble. Ezil Jones, 5 total for him. Gage Sanders, 5 total tackles for him. Braden Edwin, 5 total tackles for him. And also for Gage Sanders, yeah, that blocked kick. Gavin Brzezinski, I think that's how you say his name, 4 total tackles. Teron Brown had that forced fumble. He had 2 forced fumbles, and then he took that one all the way to the end zone. Samuel Steff, 3 total tackles. Lace Robertson, 3 total tackles. Scooby Carter, who's actually transferred from Alabama, with 2 total tackles. Damian Hopkins, 2 total tackles. Kellyan Carver, a tackle. Dion Drinkard, who had that interception, he had a tackle. Ty Legg had a tackle. Adam Walden had a tackle. P.J. Johnson had a tackle. 1 total tackle. They all total tackles. Aiden Ross, not the streamer, had 1 total tackle. Trevor Tamblin had 1 total tackle. Davian Ferdleg had 1 total tackle. And Brock Lynx had 1 total tackle. So the defense all around really did play amazing. All right, let's go back to the offense. So Destin Chance. Wait, what? Oh, this is Bethel. I'm like, who the heck is Destin Chance? Yeah, that makes sense. So Kirkland Michaud, 20 completions, 26 attempts, 230 yards, a touchdown. threw 2 interceptions. Longest pass was 37 yards. Cam Ferguson on 16 attempts had 160 yards rushing. Only lost 12 yards. And they had a 70-yard touchdown on almost 10 yards of carry. Asa Osborne on 10 attempts at 24 yards. Only lost 5 on almost 2 yards of carry. And then Kirkland Michaud also was a part of that. He had 2 rushing attempts. And one of those was that rushing touchdown. And he had 12 total rushing yards. UMHB's receiving. BJ Stewart had 6 receptions, had 114 yards, 1 touchdown, 70 was his longest reception. Isaiah Neesmith, 3 receptions, 44 yards, 18 was his longest reception. Milo Royals on 5 receptions at 35 yards, 19 was his longest reception. Asa Osborne had 3 receptions, had 20 receiving yards, 18 yards was his longest reception. Luke Vidal had on 1 reception, had 12 yards. 12 yards was his longest reception. Cam Ferguson on 2 receptions had 5 yards, and longest was a 3-yard reception. So the offense for the receiving and rushing and passing did amazing as well. And you cannot forget about the special teams. So the punting, Logan Childs had, okay, what just happened here? Just completely, everything just blew up. Had on 3 punts, did 137 yards, averaged 45.7 yards a punt. Longest punt was 50 yards. And he had 1 touchback, and he did have 1 50-plus yarder. So BJ Stewart on 3 returns at 25 yards. One reception, 40 yards for the kickoff. And then Luke Vidal had 1 return. He had 3 yards for the punt, and then 20 yards for his kickoff. And then they didn't. Okay, here we go. And then Tyler Woods had 17 yards on his kick return. And then field goals, Caleb Gardner had 45 yards, or he missed that one. Then Caleb Gardner, I think he made the rest of his field goals, though, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he made the rest of them. He missed that one, but I think he made the rest of them, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. And then Gibson Granger on his kickoff, 59 yards. Caleb Gardner had 219 total kickoff yards on 4 attempts. So, all around the team played really good. The first half was kind of lackluster. The defense and the offense, nothing was just really gelling, especially the defense. The plays weren't the best. And then when they came out of that locker room at halftime, they just basically just turned it on. So, So basically, it was a good win. Now it's time to give out the awards. So, the offensive player of the game is no question Kirkland Michaud. Kirkland Michaud is the offensive player of the game. Congratulations, Kirkland Michaud. You have won the Drew Offensive Player of the Game award with 20 completions on 26 attempts, only threw 2 interceptions. 77% on completion rate, on 230 total yards, 1 touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. Longest pass was 70 yards. 2 rushing attempts, 12 yards for his total rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. It did have 1 rushing touchdown, 10-yard rushing touchdown. So congratulations, Kirkland Michaud, for winning the Drew Offensive Player of the Game award. Now, Defensive Player of the Game award. Let me take a little drink here. By the way, kids, stay hydrated and drink water, okay? I used to drink RC. I used to drink those sodas. I get it. They're good. but drink. Hit my hat. Drink water as much as you can. Okay. Do it. All right. So there's a lot of. Our defense was so good. And it's like, it's so hard because it's super hard. So I have to, like, actually go to the stat sheet here because, like, jeez, I could give this out to so many people. You know what I mean? It's just so hard. But it's just so difficult, man. Yeah, I think I really do have to give it to him. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Defensive player of the game is definitely Teron Brown. No question. I'm sorry, I have to give it to Teron Brown. He had 4 tackles. Uh I mean, he had a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 75 yards. He took that fumble all the way to the house. And that fumble that he took, it was a 56-yard fumble recovery. He took it all the way to the end zone. This is video evidence. Okay. Just want to refresh everybody's memory. So, so for the defensive player of the game, I have to give it to Teron Brown. So congratulations, Teron Brown, for winning the Drew Defensive Player of the Game award. Now I'll give out a new award because you know what? They do matter. Special Teams Players Award, okay? Yes, everybody, we got to be grateful for our special teams players, okay? We have to be grateful for them. The kickers all the way to the punt returners and the kick returners. All right? Even the blockers. Okay. So, for the kick, I think there's only one guy that I can give the Special Teams Player Award to. And should be no surprise to everybody. But it's BJ Stewart. BJ Stewart's the guy, man. I'm sorry, man. He's too good. I mean, he can play wide receiver. He can play. He can play everything. So, not only did he have 6 receptions, 114 yards, 1 touchdown on a 70-yard reception. He had on his kick return, he had 40 yards for his 1 attempt on kick returns. He took it for 40 yards. And on his punt returns, he had 3 attempts and had 29 was his longest punt return. So, BJ Stewart, you're really that guy. Congratulations. You won the Drew Special Teams Player Award. All right. Now, we have to give out the Clutch Player of the Game Award, though. That's the thing. There's the Clutch Player of the Game Award. That thing does still exist. Man, there's so many guys, dude. Why does football have to have so many people? You know? It's just, it's so hard. Like, it's just so difficult. Jeez, man. Cause like, oh man, dude. Yeah, I think yeah, think I have to. I think I have to give it to Joey Johnson. Oh, I already had a tab open on him. Right there, Joey Johnson. Congratulations, Joey Johnson, for winning the Drew Clutch Player of the Game award. He had, actually, you know what? What happened here? Technical error. Okay, here we go. This is Bethel, another technical error. Okay, here we go. He had, where is he at? There we go. He had 6 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles, 8 total tackles, and he also had that all the way that 2-point conversion. So Joey Johnson, congratulations on winning the Drew Clutch Player of the Game award. All right, so that'll do it for the video. Congratulations on UMHB for winning 30-23 against Bethel. We are undefeated, 1-0. I'm going to keep riding the undefeated train over and over again because we are technically undefeated right now. I know it's only one game, but too bad. If you guys hate on that are not UMHB fans, you can still, yeah. Anyway, we are undefeated. So, yeah. Next game, we have a bye week this week, so September 13th, I think, is Saturday. Looking at my own calendar here. Yes, so September 13th is Saturday, but we do not play on Saturday. That is our bye week for this year. So then we will be back at home on September 20th against Whitewater again, which we all know how last year's Whitewater went, and most likely, our boy, Demarion Morris, will be back for that Whitewater game. So, most likely, I'm not going to give out any promises yet, but most likely, he will be back for that Whitewater game. So, you guys, you know this guy right here, I'm super, super high on. So, anyway, I am excited to see him in his third year with the crew. Thank you guys for supporting me. Especially with everything that I've gone through in the last month and how hard it's been for me. You guys stuck with me and you guys were very patient while I've been recovering. Obviously, I'm not 100%, but I will get back up there. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Go Crew.